In a world ravaged by trauma, where shattered hearts and fractured minds litter the landscape, is there any hope for healing? Can the wounded ever truly recover? Let's face it, trauma sucks big time. It can mess you up in ways you never imagined possible. But before you spiral into existential despair and start writing sad poetry, I've got some fantastic news. Your brain isn't some fixed, unchangeable lump of gray matter destined to endlessly replay its greatest hits of trauma. No, it is far more dynamic than that. This is where the power of neuroplasticity comes in, the brain's ability to adapt, change, and rebuild itself. But how does it work exactly? Back in the early 1900s, Russian scientist Ivan Pavlov accidentally stumbled upon a discovery that would become a cornerstone of our understanding of human behavior. While studying digestion in dogs, Pavlov realized that if he rang a bell every time he fed a dog, the dog would eventually salivate just at the sound of the bell, even when no food was present. This was classical conditioning in action. The brain had learned to associate the sound of the bell with food. The key takeaway: repetition plus reward or punishment equals a brain that's been reprogrammed. Now, before you start ringing bells at your dinner table, unless that's your thing, no judgment, let's clarify. This isn't about canine culinary conditioning. The Pavlovian principle applies to humans as well. It is about how our brains, whether we are dealing with trauma or healing from it, form new connections. This principle is the foundation of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt. So while Pavlov may not have revolutionized dog digestion, he certainly gave us a ringing endorsement of the power of learning and the surprising adaptability of the brain. So here's the truth. Despite all the trauma-induced chaos, your brain has the ability to rewire itself. It's like a software update for your mind. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to adapt and change. And yes, you can train it to create new healthy patterns. The trick: consistent practice, because just like trauma took time to ingrain itself, healing takes time too. But with repetition, you can retrain your brain to respond in healthier ways. Think of it as teaching an old dog new tricks, except this dog is your brain and it's learning to stop barking at the mailman. If trauma taught you that calm equals danger because that's when bad things happened, healing means teaching your nervous system that calm is your friend, not your foe. How do you achieve this Zen-like state? By engaging in activities that soothe your inner survivalist. Laughing until your sides hurt, having a good cry, preferably with a giant tub of ice cream, resting like you are auditioning for the role of Sleeping Beauty, praying and worshipping, journaling your heart out, or losing yourself in a good book. Essentially anything harmless that makes your brain go, ah, sweet relief. Every time you feel that sense of calm, you are essentially reprogramming your system. You are telling it, see, safety isn't a trap. It's actually quite pleasant. It's like giving your brain a reassuring pat and saying, it's okay to relax. I promise no meteors will fall while you are napping. Let's get real for a second. Healing isn't a one-time fix. You don't just do mindfulness for 5 minutes and call it a day. The brain needs practice, which means a lot of repetition. Every time you engage in calming activities, you are reinforcing new neural pathways. It's a slow burn, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. And before you know it, you'll start responding in healthier, more adaptive ways to the world around you. Trauma can shatter trust, making it difficult to be vulnerable. If you have been hurt, it is tough to let your guard down. But healing involves reconditioning how you relate to people. By engaging in healthy, supportive relationships and saying no when you need to, you begin to create new associations. Slowly but surely, your brain starts linking relationships with safety and support instead of fear and betrayal. It's a process, but trust me, trust your brain, it works. Trauma has a nasty habit of stripping us of our power. Life becomes all about managing triggers and living within the confines of the walls we built to protect ourselves during the storm. You feel powerless, as if you're still trapped in the same toxic environment. But here is the truth. Healing through neuroplasticity is all about taking back control. It's about intentionally reprogramming your brain and nervous system to serve your needs, not your fears. This journey requires patience and persistence and probably a fair amount of coffee. But it's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. You have been through a lot, but you've got the power to reclaim your life. So take a deep breath, roll up your sleeves, and get ready for the ultimate brain makeover. And that's it, the end of the show. Go forth and be awesome, or at least slightly less stressed. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your grandma about this video. She'll love it, unless she's afraid of technology. In that case, maybe just send her a nice postcard.